loose! Get off me! Stay off!
I pray for these sorcerers. And? Have you found them? Did you bring the soul jars?
No time.
Questions? There is no time for questions. Just give me the jars. It matters not. All that matters is that you give it to me. No. Stop! Wait!
She reaches up and tears off her mask, revealing a wet skull, stained by centuries. You stare into the empty eye sockets of the undead creature before you.
I have waited centuries, watching lives come and go, while my soul lies locked in a cage. Craven wretch! Do your duty, and return the jars to me. Please, return the jar to me. You must!
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face. I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex. But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen. As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came. Until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless. Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil, but Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me. I spent far too little time there. It was a strange place, but there was peace. A peace I never knew before. Perhaps someday. For now, the world lies at my feet, and I have an eternity to see it, to praise Armadia's name. But first...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, brother. Thank you for your wisdom and for your bravery. Go in Armadia's grace, friend.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
We'll go home. We'll be safe. We won't have to fear again.
You didn't lose your head. Well done, my lad. Your teaching served me well, sir.
Blessed Armadia, grant these soldiers your
You
protection.
didn't lose your head. Well done,
I
my
pray
lad.
you will strengthen their spells
Glad
and
you're back.
set their
Told you,
blades
lass. I'll be
aflame.
heading home in no time.
I pray you will bless their armor, so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
Oh, the ring just got tighter. A lot tighter.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
I told you, lass. I'll be heading home in no time.
Keep your wits about you, Leia. We need you.
Thank you, Gareth. We can't wait to go
Sweet
home.
Mother, bringer of magic, hear my prayer. Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right. Sweet Armadia, Mother of magic, hear my prayer. My thanks, friend. I would say I owe you my life. My thanks.
I told you, lass. I'll be heading home in no time.
The sun shines brighter now that...
Soon enough.
Did you see?
The young man has abandoned the maps and now prepares his armor with happy urgency. He sees you approach.
Thank you for finding Gareth, stranger. I owe you. We all do. I just hope he's found what we need to get past the Magisters. Then we might actually have a chance at surviving this. Now with Sir Gareth back to lead us, and if I know him, he...
Hold it together, Leia.
What word do you bring?
Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right. Sweet Armada, Mother of magic, hear my prayer.
I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's voice echoes throughout the enclave with such command it could rouse a fawn to action.
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance will be ours!
The menacing skeletal guardian looks at you wearily, then yawns.
So you dare defy the will of Brachus Rex, prepare to die, and so on and so forth. Let's get this over with. Why wouldn't I be? Every so often, some interloper goes and undoes one of Brachus Rex's curses, and I must murder the poor sod. I hope this brings the discussion to an end. I don't like being roused from slumber, only to be greeted by such banality. It is not my place to question Brachus Rex's will. Besides, there are far worse fates Brachus Rex could have visited upon you. This island itself is proof enough of that, I dare say.
She moans impatiently and taps her bony foot.
Yes, I know he's dead. I am still obligated to perform his wishes. He may not live, but the threat of his curse hangs over me. Who is to say? Could any curse be more grave than this interminable conversation? Now, let's get down to business. All this talking exhausts me. We've already had our little chat.
She hides her joy behind a cool look.
Well then, you have done us a service. I must find the others and get the hell off this goddamned island. I suggest you do the same.
With a nod of respect, she turns to leave.
the Magisters directly. Are you so eager to die, Seeker?
As you approach, Gratiana turns to you. Her moves are lighter now. Her voice is warmer, but still tempered by the scene around her.
It would be a sweet joy to see the Magisters chased from this land. But I fear all I will see today is death.
Gratiana reaches out, laying her hand on the wand. You see tendrils of source start to snake down her arm and into the wand, slowly filling it with new power.
Indeed it should. The battles ahead shall not be easily won. But at least now they can be won. It is not a difficult battle. It is an impossible one. Gareth will lead them to their deaths. Gareth failed to reach the armory in time. But there is another vault hidden beyond the Magister's guile. If you can steal away these weapons, your friends may well stand a chance. But beware, such items are of limited power. If they cease to function, speak to me. I will be able to help. Praise unto the goddess. There may yet be hope for today.
If I were you, I'd stay close to Sir Gareth once the fighting begins. Whatever path he takes will be the surest way to victory. If I were you, I'd stay close to Sir Gareth once the fighting begins. Whatever path he takes will be the surest way to victory. If I were you, I'd stay close to Sir Gareth once the fighting begins. Whatever path he takes will be the surest way to victory.
Bloody ring, it's loose! Get off me! Stay off!
You've come. Lucian be praised.
Gareth glances over his shoulder, and his voice tightens.
The Shriekers keep watch, and their gaze isn't the only one we should avoid. The murderer is here. Alexander. Fair enough. But the longer you wait, the more the void may swallow.
I'm glad Han stayed behind. The boy's seen too much horror in his life already.
You must help us wage our war, that peace may be, that peace may...
It is you! The feeling is mutual. I can't tell you how grateful I am for your kindness. Now I'm just trying to get used to life as a pig. It's not so easy. I never did enjoy truffles. Well, I can trace it all back to Brachus Rex, of course. Many of us opposed his reign. Few dared to speak against him, though. A few of us wizards took the chance, though. We figured if we spread the word of his deeds, we might encourage enough people to come together, find a way to take him down. But we underestimated the cowardice of our comrades. All we succeeded in doing was being branded heretics and brought to Brachus Rex's court. The results were horrifying. A double curse, turned into pigs and set aflame for eternity. I like not being on fire, so I don't want to complain too much about the pig part. I'm not sure. I have prayed to Armadia, but she offers no answers. Really? There must be a shrine there. If anyone can restore me to my previous wizardly self, it's Armadia. I'm so grateful for this news. I'm going there now to seek Armadia's blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
Was the freedom you promised merely another cruel joke of your kind? It won't be too long before Radeka returns, and then I will have no hope. Better to corner her in the dark underground than to face her in the light where there's nowhere to hide. Was the freedom you promised merely another... Was the freedom you promised merely another cruel joke of your kind? It won't be too long before...
Are my eyes fooling me? Are my eyes fooling me? Are my eyes fooling me? Are my eyes fooling me?
Are my eyes this fooling me?
Looks strange.
Are my eyes fooling me?
Are my eyes fooling me?
Are my eyes fooling me?
is this place? A tall woman stands amid a field of corpses, some fresh, some ancient. Desiccated skin hangs from some of the skulls, while others fester with maggots. The woman turns to you, bitten lips parting into a grin. She tucks a small bunch of black-red roses into a leather strap across her left hip and, preparing to curtsy, offers you a hand. She lowers herself slowly, deeply holding your gaze. Her hand is slight, her touch delicate. As she rises up to her full height, the corpses seem somehow to close in around you.
Now, you're among friends here, aren't you? Those who knows what lies beyond death. Ave de more de mergalach. Very good, kitten. Now, I imagine you're here for the same reason I am.
She pats the bouquet at her hip.
But you're too late. These roses belong to me. Looks like we'll have to find some other way to keep you busy. Oh, I do hope that little so-and-so hasn't been talking. Those chains were in a place for a reason. Ha! How earnest you are. I do love that in a man. Then I suppose you aren't leaving, darling.
You're not trying to escape, are you? Are my eyes fooling me?
You see a glimmer of hope flicker across Slane's eyes as he notices your approach. It's quickly doused with a practiced scowl of the oft disappointed.
Have you brought it? Or am I to remain a slave?
Slane rears back in eagerness, grasping the purging wand with razor-sharp claws. Before your eyes, the source from within the wand surges into his draconic form, filling him with a light so bright that you must shield your eyes from the glare. The blazing brightness dies down. Squinting, you now see no dragon before you, but the figure of a handsome lizard with the same eyes as Slane. His eyes still blaze, a piercing silver. A triumphant smile dominates his face as he bows extravagantly before you.
Slane, at your service. Neither. Both. I am a dragon knight, the last of my bloodline. Shifting between two shapes is our greatest gift. If everyone thought like you, this vile place will be little more than a sunny island. Perhaps before we're done, we can return it to such a state. Knowing such a steadfast and noble soul offers help to those in need gives me great comfort. I'd like to offer you the same. When you are truly at a loss, when you have no choice but to back down or perish, you will find safety in my shadow. This, I promise. This is an island of many mysteries, of many horrors. I'll learn what I can. Perhaps there is some possible reprieve for the souls who suffer here.
Slane smiles at you and turns to leave. He takes no more than a few steps before he shimmers out of lizard form, blurring in midair back into a majestic dragon that soars away.